Martinez left the house, right?
Yes.
And Charlotte is snoozing, right?
Oh no.
Did she leave the tea leaves on the counter?
She didn't leave any sperm, no.
Oh shit. Oh wait, the cup that Brandon didn't drink, is it still there?
It is.
I take it with me to the shop. Yes.
You sneak away with a cup of homunculus tea.
Homunculus. Oh, okay. Now I see why I wrote it terribly. Wait, what? Okay. This weird. Okay, I regret reading all that. Yeah, I just follow Martinez. See what he's up to. I'm not gonna drink the tea. I will save it. Maybe pour it over into a little potion bottle and.
Yeah, so you do it easily enough. You managed to get a bottle full.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Please don't make June end up being an addict at one point.
That's all on you.
I mean,
yeah.
you keep taking illicit substances.
Yeah, but listen.
Look at your track record.
It's like, I don't want to have to deal with the consequences. This is what I play games for.
But she just realized this helps her reach out death more easy.
Yeah, my heroin addict also said that it helps me, man.
Yeah. Bro, I reach places you don't know about. I see this fine-looking lady. No. Wait, where's Brandon during all of this?
Outside trying to work on the greenhouse.
So we see you, right?
Well, I mean, he did say where he was going. It's just I don't think you were in a state of mind where you could comprehend that at the time.
No, but I mean, if we leave the house of Charlotte and David, we see you working.
Oh yeah, that's where Brandon will be. Yeah.
Yeah. I rush over to Brandon. Okay, Brandon. Whoa, listen. Okay,
Hey.
I visited Eldeath using the tea.
Are you sure? I don't mean to doubt you, but you seem to be pretty away with the fairies like that. Sorry, Joe.
She and I have this close of a connection, a vibe. I stopped seeing double, and I felt a real fuzzy, warm feeling inside of my chest, and that's always happens when I see her. And I asked about how she was doing. She's doing great. She doesn't really know knowledge. She doesn't know Bertu, but Bertu doesn't seem nice to her.
No.
What's the fourth? And she explained me how a woman's body worked. That's all I learned.
Oddly helpful, I guess.
Yeah, it was helpful.
I mean, I suppose it avoids you having to talk about it with Cara. I could imagine that
You
conversation.
suddenly have the looming dread that you don't know when it's going to start.
I should keep a lunar calendar, I guess. Wait, it hasn't started. How far? How long? How many days have we been?
I was about to say we should probably make some attempt to keep track. You've been keeping a diary though, haven't you?
Maybe.
Sorry, I don't.
It's more of it's a travel journal.
No. Sorry, Jen. I don't mean to pry with that. What I'm saying is, I imagine that you would probably date each entry, right? So we could probably use that
I have days written
to retroactively figure out how long it's been.
I'm still slightly tripping.
Hey, John, look, why don't you just go and sit in the shop for a little bit until you're feeling completely right? So I'm fine just getting on with things here.
There's not much more to do. We have to wait till the glass paints arrive tomorrow, actually.
Honestly, I was just double checking the work we've already done. I know that I screwed up a little bit yesterday, so I just want to make sure that everything is looking all right before we move on to the next stage, because I imagine if it's wrong now, it's going to be an issue when we put the glass in later.
It's very smart, actually. Having a fresh pair of eyes look at stuff is it's cool.
Yeah, I suppose. Honestly, I just want to keep busy.
Yeah. We could try to check the inventory and see if we can buy more stuff to sell more stuff. Plus, me and Martinez were talking about that.
We don't really have
running a little
good bit. I think, honestly, we don't really have much in the way of funds right now, do we? Like, not just getting low on stock, like, we don't actually have a lot of capital to throw around, if I remember right.
That's correct.
Did David just walk? Oh, he's still there.
No, I'm in the shop.
Oh, are you yelling out of the window, or is this just out of character?
That was out of character. That was not David.
Okay.
I like to think sorry, out of character, that like ever since David Rubberduck's like a metal version of June, you've kind of got this connection now. So that you're able to just perfectly anticipate what the person would say if they were actually here. Sorry.
Maybe we should head inside and ask Martinez, since he keeps the log of expenses.
How is he doing? He seemed to be taking it harder than you.
He said he will never drink tea again, and he didn't look very nicely at Charlotte, who was sleeping.
I mean, honestly, I could probably have said what the tea did before we drank. Anyway, doesn't really matter. But, okay, we don't really need to talk to Dave specifically because we're probably not going to make any major decisions without his input anyway. So I'd say we could probably table the conversation for later. I mean, I can still suggest what I'm about to say without any additional context. Maybe we should look around for a bit of work again.
Gigs?
Like, yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, we need to get a little bit of spending money. I mean, we've really hemorrhaged our financial resources whilst we've been here. Honestly, I'm also thinking, like, I don't know if you've really noticed it that much, but there does seem to be quite a prevalent rat problem in town.
Ah, yeah, Kevin. What's his name, Kevin? Anyway, the hunter that threw a hammer at me, he hunts them, told us a lot about. It's a big problem.
What I'm thinking, if I remember right, the people that we're looking for are... Wasn't there something about them worshipping rats or having some form of connection to them?
Parents of
Julie Shear, yeah.
Let me check my notes.
I remember there was something to do. I know it was something to do with them and rats.
They were well known back in the days. They had a few kids. One goes missing.
Yeah, like there was like
they
a
go
connection.
crazy.
Yeah, I think
they experimented with rats. They were convinced the rats could tell where Julie was. That's it.
Must be honest.
They experimented with rats.
This is wild speculation on my part, but maybe those two things might be related. So by doing what we came... I mean, I've got really not a lot of evidence to back that up, but since we need to do that anyway, I'm thinking if it is that there's any connection between that and the rat problem, we can either do our part to kind of help the town solve the problem and by virtue be compensated for it, or if it isn't the source of the problem, we could probably maybe get some information to pass on which might also get us something in the pursuit of solving said problem. Because I'm getting the impression that we could look for jobs like we did in World 1, but you saw how Devlin was getting yesterday. He seemed to be getting quite impatient, and unlike the other worlds we visited so far, there isn't really anything keeping him here aside from the promise he made. So yeah, like if we're going to replenish our supplies, we're going to have to probably try and kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, we could check. Does this town have a message board, you think, near the marketplace?
Possibly, it must be honest, didn't really think to look. I mean, since we've been here, when you think about it, all we've really done is just go from thing to thing. I mean, been quite busy.
Maybe if we check a message board and it says something about the rats, it gives us another thing to do.
Well, how about this? Why don't we go into the shop, just let Dave know that we're just going to go into town for a bit so he isn't wondering where we are. Go and have a look at the message board, and hopefully by the time we've done that, he'll have recovered enough that we can do something else.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, given that you seem to be more or less okay, I'm going to assume it's not that long, but I imagine that you might have a higher tolerance to this sort of thing than he does.
Yeah, it's not my first time, and I think this was his, so it was a bad trip. He thought we formed into a one big eye with teeth.
Yeah, he was saying some weird stuff, saying I didn't have a face, so yeah, something that was obviously affecting his senses. Anyway, let's go into the shop and just let David know.
Oh, by the way, I nicked your cup of tea, so I borrowed it.
John, you're not going to steal her chai.
No, but it was no. I'm gonna give the cup back. That's no problem. I just stole the tea.
John, do me a favor. I would probably say just because of the nature of that stuff, and I heard Charlotte say that it affects some people differently. It might be that stuff could affect you differently each time you drink it. I don't know, maybe. No, but what I'm saying is, I'm saying drink it if you want to, but I would probably say if you're going to do it tonight when we don't need to actively do something.
Oh, of course, I would do it when I don't need to be mentally aware of stuff.
Or it's going to be less likely that you're going to have to be aware because, yeah, we've come across some crazy shit so far. Okay, I'm just going to go into the shop and just let David know what we're doing, alright? With that, Brandon is going to enter the shop in search of David.
David, what are you handing?
Yeah.
What have you been doing whilst you've been talking?
I've been looking at my hands while taking a seat, making sure that I'm still me, casting spells to make sure that they still work. Best station, druidcraft.
The spells work just fine.
Just trying to calm myself.
Hey, David, you doing alright?
Yeah. I'm okay, I think.
Right. I'm just coming in here to let you know that me and John are going to go into town. We're going to look at the message board to see if there's any odd jobs that we could take on whilst we're doing the other stuff, just to try and get us a little bit more money, which we can use in turn to replenish our stock and just kind of see, because there's this whole rat problem around, just kind of want to see how widespread that is, because given that the parents of Julie Shear had that thing with experimenting with rats and there's a plague, don't know, could be connected, might be, might not, but...
I highly believe they are connected.
What? Right. So if we're kind of thinking along those lines, maybe if when we resolve that, which we've come here to do anyway, maybe there might be some grounds for us to request a monetary reward. I mean, granted the town is poor, but we could probably get something even if it's just discounts.
I am okay with that. In terms of money, we are lacking.
Yeah, and I think we need to try and remedy that situation before we leave. But fortunately for us, perhaps we can kill two birds with one stone. But like I said, just because you're still recovering at the moment, I just thought it'd be cool to...
No, a walk would be nice. I think that would do me good. Fresh air.
You sure you're okay?
I'm seeing things as they are.
Right,
I am.
Okay, good. If you need to go back at any stage, just let us know. But yeah, we'll head out now if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
Drink some water. That often helps.
I take a sip of water before I leave.
Nice. Are we only looking for red jobs, or if there's like how do you say, a waiter gig? Should we do that, like a farmhand, or is it just like red related?
I would probably say we take a similar approach to what we did back in the First World, where we look at the options that are available. We don't commit to anything right now. We take stock of what we still need to do, and then we look at those jobs and see if we can fit them around a schedule, because how many days roughly will it be until we've got all the materials for the greenhouse?
I believe it was 5 days in total. We already had 2 days, so 3 more to go.
So if we...
Ish.
So let's provisionally work on that 3-day basis, like take into consideration where we still need to go, how long the travel time is going to be, and if those other jobs can fit neatly around that, great. If not, we'll have to just take the best course of action with the time we've got.
So where is it you're heading to try and find jobs specifically?
Well, actually, on this note, we could also go to... What was that place called again with Kevin?
It was northwest. We had to go, but I don't
In
know
the Big Strill Tavern, which is southwest of the town. We could also ask Kevin to go there to a mountain to obtain some frost gems.
So we're going... so you're thinking of outsourcing one of the things that we need to do?
Yes.
Because we still need to go and get those Clara flower seeds, and I would say that it would be prudent to do that ourselves, because John has a quest for it that we'll get XP for.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's an intangible benefit, but one I think we're considering.
Yeah, for the other one, that is more for the fridge.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because your quest only stipulates that you have to obtain the frost gems, not there was
Not
no
on how to get that.
Yeah, and doing that to save time, yeah, I'd say that's a good call.
Since we're already here for 3 more days at least.
The mines are 6 hours away, if I remember right. For the cauliflowers, I mean.
Asking me or the DM?
I was asking David, but I suppose
David looks like he does not know.
Fair enough. In that case, Band will say, well, I think it was roughly the same place as where the bees were, and I remember it being something like that. Might not be that exactly.
Is it the same mines where we also got the Will-O-Wisp?
So.
No, they were further away.
So yeah, our destination is probably somewhere in that ballpark, but closer by than where we went before. My point is, I think we should probably go there on a day where we don't intend to do anything else, because I don't really want to, if possible, camp out in the open like we did again.
Agreed.
So I would say we don't go today because of, well, me, and we haven't really got the time to do that now. So maybe we do that Maybe do that tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, we could do that tomorrow.
Because the resources for the greenhouse are going to be delivered whether we're there or not, because we found them there, so we don't have to really chase that up. Actually, they seem to be pretty reliable, so we could probably go out in the morning to the mines, do what we need to do there, come back if there's time, work on the greenhouse. If not, we could just spend more time the next day working on that. So bearing that in mind, we know that we're probably going to, if we're looking for jobs, we won't be looking to do them tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow afternoon at the earliest. Sorry, day afternoon at the earliest.
Maybe if it's a small job, we can do it now. There's still plenty of time, I think.
If we find anything today, yeah, because as mentioned, we probably don't really have the time to sort of do our other plans. And also,
as long as we set out the request for the day, I'm fine with either.
We also have that lead on Julie Shear.
In the forest,
in the Western Forest, yeah, that's the shortest distance of things, I think. When do we want to check up on that lead?
The thing is, it could be that's also the solution instead of just the lead. So if we do that, there's a good chance that we'll be out of this place immediately.
We will be, because we know from the other two worlds. As soon as Devlin gets what he wants, he moves on. We haven't actively tried to negotiate that with him, to be fair.
To completely close our reason here, we should put the remains of Julie there, and we don't have the remains with us, even if we go to the hut.
That is also true.
Even if we know it's the solution, it won't be finished till we bring the remains there.
Yeah,
it
true.
gives us a bit of leeway.
It does.
Leeway is the right word.
Although I would say that we should probably look to make some progress on that soon. But I would say that we do that at the early... I would say that should be the last thing we do in these 3 days, because of a couple of reasons. Firstly, I think the fact that we're expanding Devlin's domain is something that he seems to be vaguely happy about. So I would say that he would want us to see that task to fruition regardless before we leave. So at least until that's done, I feel that we've got a window. We need to make some progress on it soon for the simple reason that he's already kind of not so subtly chased us up on it once. And he's expressed his willingness to leave this unresolved if we take too long.
That is also true,
Yeah.
I think we've basically got to try... I mean, as much as I don't really like Devlin in the slightest, I think he will give us a little bit of leeway as long as there's some give and take there.
Are you discussing that bit while you're still far and away? Or?
Nope. Because I assume that we left the shop when we said that we were going to...
No, we
Well,
left.
you had, but I thought I would double check.
I'm being quite deliberate about not saying anything about Devlin when we left the shop. But yeah, like, I think as long as... If we kind of do that at the end of the 3 days, then we're kind of giving Devlin something straight after we've done his domain expansion, which might leave him in a slightly better mood than usual, which isn't really saying very much. And as long as we just kind of keep, giving him small accomplishments, piecemeal, we should be able to get time. Because, I mean, apart from anything else, we desperately need to replenish our resources before we leave. So yeah, I guess in terms of where to look for jobs, I'm going to ask the DM this, have we noticed like any general notice boards in the center of town? This seems like a pretty sort of, from what we've seen in close-knit communities, so I'm wondering if there's like a community notice board or anything like that.
I'm going
that
to
we might
say
have
you
passed.
vaguely remember seeing something in the market that could be that.
Brandon
picture
will-
that's dropped off.
Yeah, Brandon will mention that and say, yeah, maybe I do vaguely remember seeing something with them like a notice board in the market, so maybe we just try there first. And failing that, maybe just go around the taverns and just ask for anyone who might need help like we did before.
Yeah, we can do that. So market first, then tavern.
Yes.
You make your way up to the market, passing various people. There seems to be a bit of a commotion approximately here. There's quite a large group of people gathered around. Do you continue on and leave it, or
David, take a look what's happening.
say again?
June,
David takes a peek on what's happening.
so
There seems to be several guards and citizens talking. Doesn't seem to be anything immediately apparent to what their problem is.
Brandon will kind of walk nearby just so he can potentially overhear something.
Roll me perception.
Oh, wait, how did I do that? Oh wait, no, it's on the tab. Never mind. I thought I closed my character sheet for a second. 19.
So you saunter over and you start to filter out some of the noise of the rabble, and you hear one of the people saying to the guards, "It was awful. Wagon had been broken." "Oh yes, but was there anyone there?" "Oh, no, but it was in pieces."
Brandon is going to go over and say, "Hey, sorry, I don't mean to pry, but I couldn't help overhearing. There's been trouble with a wagon somewhere."